Welcome to the Not Nerd Podcast. I'm Nate Heath, and we're here to help you tech better. Here with me, as always, Mr. Dave Baylor.
Hello there, everybody.
Hello.
I
We are
apologize.
here at normal time.
Yeah, I was just about to apologize for the state of my beard. I was in a theatrical production which required me to look a little lived in, so to
Hey,
speak.
and I got to experience the theatrical production last evening, and it was wonderful. You did amazing. You
Thank
played
you,
a
thank you.
homeless nerd presenting homeless nerd.
And look,
You do have a home, but
I'm wearing the same outfit basically.
nice. You stole your wardrobe from the
I did.
show?
I did. Yeah, don't tell anybody
Nice.
about that.
Very nice. Well, I did enjoy it, and it turned out there was a friend of mine that I hadn't seen in a long time that was part of the cast, and
That's so
you are
weird.
both excellent singers. There's some musical numbers and a heartwarming story for all.
Yes.
So we did not do a good job of promoting it beforehand, but now that the run is over, everybody be bummed that you did not make it to Saving Christmas for Charlie.
Yep,
Is
that's
that the
right.
name?
Maybe in a couple years, if we do another program, I'll talk about it.
Yes, it
So.
got me into the holiday spirit. We are
Mhm.
wow, Saturday Santa at Cabela's, yesterday your program, today we had a school Christmas event, tomorrow we have a church Christmas event. We are rolling into December, but I did want to take this moment to remind people to what, Dave?
Oh, I think people should take it easy. You've
Yes,
got your hat there.
yes,
Oh,
and
and cool your jets.
yes,
You're
this,
spelled with texting.
and what does it say on the label there? I'm forgetting where I got this hat at.
Auto trucker.
Oh, that's just for the brand. I forget where I purchased some hats. There was a Cyber Week deal, and
Oh
they
boy.
had buy one get one free. So don't fear, I was able to purchase some additional hats. But
I'm
yes, take it easy. Just a classic. What
I
does
was a
it even
little
say?
concerned about that. And before we talk
Oh,
about
bottom shelf
Oh, yeah, yeah.
hats.
Okay. I could have read that
That's where I
too. I
got
thought
it.
you were talking about the sticker.
No, I thought the sticker was, but I was mistaken. So,
Yeah.
and Dave, do you
Well,
have a mug?
well, before I oh, before I reveal,
Oh, sneak peek.
we've got producer Todd on the line here. He says, "LOL,
Oh yeah.
homeless nerd. I was a backwoods hill person in one of the church plays years ago and also just wore the same clothes I wore every day." Yes, Todd, you and I are spirit animals.
Yes.
And
Typecast.
he's sad that they missed it. And uh, it will not go to streaming, but I might be able to get a digital copy of it for those who
Yes,
missed
we'll
it.
put it out on the torrents.
No,
Pirate Bay.
no, I might get in trouble for that, but
Yes.
I can
Private
get on a
showing.
Zoom call with you and we can watch it together.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Very cool.
and I'm very thirsty at the moment. Uh,
Yes.
I have a
Ooh.
Los Angeles. Been
Yes.
there. I have been there, and
Yeah.
I, the screensavers that are on the Apple TV. There's one of Hollywood with the Hollywood sign and the Griffith Observatory, and I said to Val, I said, "Do you want to go back there and visit again?" She's like, I'm good. I said, "Well, I kind of like to go back and visit again." And then I talked to her about, "Do you want to move there to LA? Because my
Yeah.
big break."
Yeah. Yeah. Go time. Yes, I don't know. I almost moved down that way once, but I don't know that I would today. But it's a nice
Hmm.
place to visit. Better place to rob, as the Beastie
Nice
Boys
place
once
to
said.
visit. Wouldn't want to live there. Very cool.
Well, anyways, let us get into some follow up. And this first one, I posted it on the social medias and I was commenting every time I saw this. And we've talked about NameDrop on the phone. I think maybe you tried to get it to work where you tap two phones together and
Yeah.
it it doesn't always work. But there was a police station, I believe in the northeast of the country somewhere, that put out this article that said, name drop. Your people can just walk up and take your kids' contact info from their phones and then kidnap them. And this is the scariest thing ever. And everybody started posting other police departments started posting it all over the place. And I saw several people share it on Facebook and elsewhere. But I found this article from Macworld where they said, pay no attention to the police. Name drop is perfectly safe for kids. And I will go to as far as to say that name drop is safer than the previous contact sharing method on
Sure.
iOS, because you can select which contact information you want to share. Before it was you just share your whole
The
thing,
whole
but
card. I had
you
multiple
have to,
cards because of that.
yeah, your phone has to be unlocked. You hold the heads of the phone next to each other. There's this cool animation. It'll pop up and it'll say, do you want to connect and do you want to share info? So,
Like this.
complete, like, this police department didn't even try it, apparently.
Here,
And
I love this highlighted part here. It's not uncommon for local police departments and local news to warn parents about imaginary risks.
yes,
That is
yes,
that is a big problem, guys. That is a
yes.
big problem.
The Halloween candy is
Yeah.
one of the things, poisoned or drugged candy, that there's no evidence of that
Despite
ever
no evidence of
happening.
it ever happening. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So, and they've
Ah,
got links to several of these sheriff's offices and police departments that just put this link out because they want to, get this information out there, but it just not. Uh, Oh, and Todd in the comments back to Los Angeles and the Apple TV screensaver said you can see Madonna's old mansion on that Apple screensaver.
oh,
It also used to be Bugsy Malone's house, which I will remind people, a little pro tip, just watch those Apple screensavers. And a bonus pro tip, if you're looking at one, you go, where is that? If you take your Apple remote and just gently tap, don't press the center, touchpad area, it'll bring up a nice little title down in the corner so you
mm-hmm.
can figure out where they are. But man, those things are beautiful.
Yeah, that bonus pro tip. I'm gonna do a bonus pro tip.
Ooh,
Oh, I got you covered here. Yeah, I got my own.
we're ringing all over the place.
That tap thing has confounded very many, generally older people when they try to do their thumbprint on the phone
Oh,
sensor.
yes,
It's
yes,
like it says gently press your phone, and they press the button and it goes home, and they're like, it broke or
yes,
what I do. It's like, so just a reminder, you just there are two contexts to
yes,
many Apple devices. There's press the button and there's rest your finger. So I just wanted
yes.
to let you know that it's there multiple places.
Yes. And so, anyways, back to the story after a little sidestep
Oh,
there. But yeah, if you see people posting this, just go into our show notes and get this link and just post it in there or say, nope, this isn't true. Don't worry about it. You don't have to turn off name drop. You'll probably never use it anyways.
yeah.
But yeah, one of those stories that just I had to get the PSA out there, and I was thinking we need to get the new sounder of, the more you know with the star
Mm-hmm.
with the rainbow. We
Mm-hmm.
need to get that on there. They used to use
Pardon
that
me.
on the Adam Carolla show quite a bit. This next one we were talking, was it just last week about Apple's little holiday video that they had?
Yeah, the one with the little felt stop motion
Yes.
thing.
Well, they have another video that I saw via Tim Cook on X,
Mm.
but it's available on their website as well as on YouTube. And I've got a link in the show notes. It's called The Lost Voice. And if you're looking to get a good tearjerker going for the holidays and just get your emotions running, this we have it muted. I'm just seeing bits and pieces on my screen. I'm already getting emotional, but
Ah,
it is.
I'm terrified. What are you talking about?
Well, if you were listening, or
Okay.
once you see the whole thing, but it's called The Lost Voice, and it's touting the personal voice feature in iOS 17, where you can recreate your voice if you're in
Mm-hmm.
danger of losing it.
Well,
And there's a fun little twist at the end of this one, but it is very well done and
I will pause
a
the video
good
because I have
one.
not watched it, and I don't want to spoil
Yes.
it for anybody who
And you
hasn't
don't I
watched it.
don't want you to start crying on the podcast. That's
Well,
that's my job, but
I'm
please
already
go
in.
check out that video. It's really really cute.
Since you said there's a twist, I'm already like, what? trying to figure it out. And I
No.
think I've nailed it. I'll let you know if I'm right or not.
Yes, yes, indeed. And we're always talking about SpaceX and what's Amazon's space
Blue
program
Origin.
called? Origin. Well, this headline from Ars
Shout out to
Technica.
Mitchell.
Yes, a bitter pill. Amazon calls on rival SpaceX to
Hmm.
launch internet satellites. So Jeff Bezos is having to kiss up a little bit and let Elon Musk take some of his satellites to space for him.
And I was reading this very, I think this is the very long article. One of them was very long, but it's, if you think about it, it is the fiduciary duty of the board to make their company as profitable as possible. And when the CEO is refusing to use a tool that could make them more money by getting their products into space sooner and all this stuff,
Yeah,
they were kind of coming down on him. So I think he finally relented and said, "Okay, okay, I'll use the
yeah,
competitor's truck
yeah.
to the sky
The,
since mine isn't ready to go."
yes, the problem is when you have multi, multi-billionaires. There's a little bit of pride involved, but
What? Come
yes,
on,
the
I don't believe you.
SpaceX program is doing it, and the Amazon's Project Kuiper,
Kuiper,
uh, Kuiper,
Kuiper
they're
is how you
heavy,
pronounce it.
Kuiper, if you're looking to phonetically spell it on Google, is their heavy lift launch vehicles. But yeah, they're not they have not flown yet. So kind of hard to get satellites to space when your spacecraft have not flown yet.
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring up, I saw this one, our favorite e-commerce website, Temu, with the highest quality products of all levels, which I actually have a um, not large, but a rather random Temu shipment that's going to arrive tomorrow. I was hoping it'd be here today so I could show you some of the amazing things I was able to purchase. But
I've
um,
received a few shipments here for Christmas. No spoilers. My kids don't watch this, but you see this thing back here? They might be
yes.
getting one of those. Oh, and they
Oh,
actually might
nice.
be right there. They'll never see them
Oh,
because they
yeah.
don't come in here. Um,
Yes.
so and then I bought a Belkin thing. I'm just completely sidestepping you here. Uh, it looks like the Belkin base with the chrome stand for your
Oh, yeah. The
MagSafe for your phone
little,
and your watch and everything. It looks very similar. It's very cheaply made and it weighs about 1 ounce. And so it does hold your phone, but when you lift the phone off, the whole thing moves. So I'm going to try to figure out how to weight it down or tape it down or something. But
yes,
anyway, that's
3D
all I
print
got.
some sort of base on there. Yes, I will remind people. So it's been about we're going to say that it's going to be 10 days from the time that I ordered until this order is arriving. So just to let you know that we're at December 4th. So if you're looking for Christmas and Temu, it's not Amazon Prime same day delivery. It will take a little time, but if you're looking for stocking stuffers or just some random stuff. Man, I was actually DJing one night and I was just scrolling through the app and I was like, "Oh, I'll take one of those." It's like, "Oh, a buck 54? Why not? Buck 63? Oh, sure,
Those
let's
add
do
up
it."
though.
And they they do. But back to the story before we
Yes.
get any further into that. So their parent company, PDD Holdings, the Chinese company, beat third quarter revenue forecasts on Tuesday as heavy discounting boosted sales across its e-commerce platforms. That's an understatement. In
Hmm.
China and overseas, sending its U.S. listed shares almost 14% higher in pre-market trading. And most of this is due to the just run of Temu and how they say that it's taking sales away from Shine, Shein, which I believe we talked about quite a while ago.
Is it Sheen?
Um, Sheen or Shine, yeah, I've never heard it pronounced, and
Hmm.
it's another Chinese company, so nobody probably knows. But
Sheen.
uh, yes, PDD's revenue rose 94% year on year to 68.5 9.84 billion with a B won, 9.62 billion with a B US dollars in the last quarter, and a lot of that come from Temu. So I know we don't go stock market too often, but I figured we'd bring up Temu once
Hmm.
again.
Yeah, those guys,
Uh,
they're just losing money hand over fist to take
yeah,
any market share away from Amazon or whoever.
yes,
I think it's
yes.
going to catch up with them and they're going to go bankrupt. Is what I think is going to happen.
Uh, yeah, unless they've got, well, if the Chinese company, the Chinese government, maybe they're funding them to just take down
What's the long
all
con though?
U.S.
Is it,
commerce.
oh, we're going to bury the Americans in our plastic garbage? Wait, they're buying it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Good question. Good question there. But we do have, it's been a while, some crypto
Oh, yes, we
watch.
do.
And I saw this article, and I have to tell you, we're doing another sidestep. Sorry, Dave. You got a sound effects on sound effects on the platform X.
Hmm.
There is this guy Greg, and his username's like Greg9765469 420 or something like that.
Wow.
Hilarious, mysterious account, but he provides crypto advice. And I saw an X from him over the weekend. He said, Bitcoin has gone over 40,000. If this continues, it will hit 41,000. So that's the kind of crypto advice you get from Greg. But he was right because it surges past 42,000. Dave, we
Wow.
might get out of the hole. And I think Ethereum is on the rise as well, like they usually are. And this
Yeah.
article is behind a paywall, but I just kind of wanted to have it.
Well, and
Um,
the pro tip, quickly click the view text only button in
oh,
your URL bar to bypass
yes.
the restrictions. Well, I mean, I guess,
All we needed to know was
yeah.
that it was boat. But I'm going to go in and just take a look in my Bitcoin tracker app here, and it's currently back down a little bit. It got up to $42,424.50, the high, and it's back down to $41,771.80. But let's take a look back just a month. In the
Hmm.
last month, the low was 34,000, so it's up almost $10,000, which is pretty crazy. And this article did talk a little bit about been driven by ETF hopes, rate cut bets. So for some reason, if the interest rates are cut, it's good to be in Bitcoin. I don't know. I still have not figured out crypto, as you could tell by my crypto account.
As soon as it rises to where my purchases are, I'm
Yes.
selling it all.
Getting out
And
and
I'll wait for 1,000 years. I will not
yes,
sell at a
and
loss.
Ethereum is up to $2,229.68.
It needs to go a little
Uh,
higher.
yeah, it's up about $400 over the last month. So who knows? It's crypto.
It's crypto.
Uh, it's crypto, but you know what we do know about? Dave's pro tip of the week.
This is going to be a little bit difficult for me to um, show because I don't want to show where I live to everybody on the internet.
Hmm.
But the tip that I wanted to share with you today is, are you home yet? Question
Hmm.
mark. Now, when I turn on this screen, there we go.
There we
Are
go.
you home yet? If you open up the Tips app on iOS 17, it'll be in there if you want to look at it. The reason it's complicated because I may have to show you how it works in the maps because they only give you a very small piece. But if you're in your maps and you navigate to a destination, at the bottom there will be a share ETA, and you can
Hmm.
let your friend know that hey, I'm going home. It says I'll be home at 6:30 or whatever, and they can kind of track you. And if there's any type of variance from that, it can alert your friend and say, hey, so and so, it's been 2 hours and they're still not at their destination. Maybe you ought to call the cops or something. So check in lets a friend know, or I guess this is check in rather versus share ETA, but regardless, listen to what they say. Check-in lets friends know when you reach your destination safely. And if you stop making progress, it securely shares health information in messages. Tap plus, tap more, then tap check in. So
Ah,
you can do it through messages, but it's all part of the Apple Maps program. So I'm going to replay the video. So if you are late, you can actually add time and say, "Oh, I got stuck in
oh,
traffic" or whatever. Um, so I was gonna do a navigation on my phone. I'll try it real quick. I don't think it's gonna work very well because it's so complicated. Uh, it feels like they've made it complicated, more complicated than it needs to be. So I'm actually navigating right now to the Burnside Bridge on my phone,
oh.
and man, I'm excited to be there. Uh,
Before it closes for 5 years. If you listen to
yeah,
my episode of the Mark and Toddcast, we discuss that story.
right. So on here, I'm going to click the green Share ETA button. Okay, so let's do that. Share ETA, and I'm gonna open my. Oh no, Nate's on my little list there. I'm gonna share it with Nate, and then I'm gonna go to Messages real quick, and also go to Nate, and I'm gonna click the plus button. Let's see what our options are. More. Oh, here it is. Here it is, my friends. I have found it. So you
Mm,
go to Messages, you click the little plus button. Well, you connect to your friend. Click the plus button, and then click the more. And look, check-in is right there at the top. I'm going to turn off my camera, and I'm going to click it, and let's see what happens. So this is what the main star attraction. Let your friend know you've arrived. You can notify. So I'm going to hit continue, and I'm going to turn it off again because I don't know what's going to happen. iPhone will keep up with your progress. If you aren't making progress towards your destination, you'll be prompted and have 15 minutes to respond.
ooh,
So I'm going to do that. And then it's given me the option to choose the data that I'd like to share. If
oh
I don't
wow,
arrive, you know what, Nate? You're my buddy. I'm going to give
yeah,
you full access. Let's see what
yes.
that's like. And here it is. It says, you send the check in, you arrive at your destination, you're delayed, blah, 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 your phone's offline. So I'm going to send a check in right now. And I'm going to turn this
Yeah.
off. Yep, I was correct. It's showing my text message. So on the camera, or on the phone rather, it shows this check in.
Oh yeah.
Oh, shoot. I just showed your address, I think. No, did I? No.
No,
No, no, no. That's the Burnside
that's a
address.
Burnside Bridge.
Yeah, that's the Burnside Bridge address right there. Check in 1403 Southeast Walter Avenue around 7:20 because I had it in my maps. See, I
Ah,
started my navigation, so it knows.
yeah,
It's smart enough to know.
yeah, and it sent me the
So,
thing about the maps, and it hasn't sent me anything on the check-in yet. But
oh, it hasn't, huh? Oh, you know what? I don't think I hit send yet.
oh yes,
Now, now it'll be there because I can have the option to edit before I send it.
okay, oh
So
yes, there we
now
go.
in the details, it'll show. I'm just going to make sure there's nothing on here that identifies where I am
And
at.
I will show mine. It says
Oh,
David sent you a check-in, and it
yeah, there
has
you
some
go.
information there. You'll receive a notification when he arrives. If they're delayed or if their phone places an emergency SOS call, you'll receive a notification with their location. You can choose to show important check-in as critical alerts.
And look on
Oh,
mine here. It
wow.
says I can cancel it. It shows a map of the Burnside Bridge. It shows my ETA, and it shows what my
Oh, yeah.
check-in data
And it
sharing
shows me
settings
that.
are.
So that would be very, very helpful for this feature. And they kind of touted it as a
Yeah,
feature of, for families to make sure somebody gets home or gets wherever they're going, all that
right.
stuff. But I could see that being very useful, and I had not tried it out yet. So
I think we should
there we
try it out
go. And
for
let's
reals.
just leave it going and see if it gives me any alerts when you don't make it to your place on
Oh
time.
shoot, I just canceled my
Oh,
navigation,
man.
so
Okay.
we'll play
Well,
around with that
never
later.
mind. Never mind. Well, thank you for that pro tip of the
Sure.
week because it did look like a cool feature, but I was like, how do we do this?
I know. How
But
does it work? Blah blah blah.
so
So
it'd
you
be good to
navigate.
try out, just tomorrow. with somebody just to test it out, see how it works, get everything working right. So then you know if you need to use it in the future, what to expect, and all that good stuff. So
And my check-in alert is still on my lock screen, so we shall
yeah,
see what happens at
we'll see what.
7:20 if we're still on.
Whew, teaser. Yeah, there's no way our episode will go that long.
No way.
We never go long. Well, it is time for everyone's favorite segment, just the headlines. Oh, and we've got the driveway cam. A wet evening in the Pacific
It is a
Northwest.
little wet outside.
Now, is that your inflatable penguin or is that the
No,
neighbor's?
that is the neighbors. I don't think I'm able to. Oh, I am able to zoom in.
Zoom.
This is
Enhance.
enhance.
Wow, they have a whole family, a host of inflatable Christmas animals in
Yes.
their front yard. I will have to bring Isla down to see that. She
And
will
they
be a
have
fan.
the lights that uh, they start at the top of their window and then they come down like
Oh,
this, kind of in a tree
yes,
type
a
shape.
tree.
Well, it's
Wow.
more like a delta or a wedge, but anyway, that's
In
yeah.
theory. Okay,
Whoops,
well, time
wrong
for
one there. Oh,
just
hey,
the
before you
yeah.
start, don't forget these
Ooh,
guys over
what do we
here.
got? Oh,
Oh,
they
you
got
can't
some
really
lights
see it.
there. Oh, just those look like some maybe bag type lights on
Yeah,
their
I've got
walkway.
uh I can see it better on my screen, but it's a big Santa Claus out there.
Oh yeah,
You guys
okay,
see him
there
out
I can
there?
see it when you zoom out.
Okay.
Very nice.
Anyway, so please continue for just the headlines.
After 151 years, Popular Science will no longer offer a magazine.
Hmm, about time.
Sports Illustrated published articles by fake AI generated writers, now deleted.
I'm not mad, I'm disappointed.
Dollar Tree hit by third party data breach impacting 2 million with an M people.
Hmm.
Threads finally lets you delete your account separately from
Oh
Instagram.
boy. Jeez, no comment.
A plane fueled by fat and sugar has crossed the Atlantic Ocean.
I don't remember crossing the Atlantic Ocean.
And Kiss says farewell to live touring, become first US band to go virtual and become digital avatars.
I didn't know
And
they were
those
still
are
alive.
just the headlines.
Man,
Yes, I heard an interesting discussion on the future of what a concert is, and luckily, Kiss will continue with their digital avatars and be able to tour into eternity
yes.
uh, without them actually being there. So they print money, they don't go anywhere. But
I
that
have
was just the
never liked
headlines.
Kiss's music ever, but
Yeah,
you got to give it to them that they were from day one marketing geniuses with the
yes,
makeup. Wasn't there like a
yeah,
cartoon? There's lunch
yeah,
boxes, there's t-shirts. Those guys, they built a brand, caricatures of themselves, and that's what they're
yeah,
selling. I mean, they
yes,
have music too, I guess. But you can enjoy
kind
Kiss
of.
without enjoying the music.
It would be interesting to know if you compared Kiss with, say, the Beatles, just merch wise, because Kiss probably give the Beatles a run for their money on that, which is
I
interesting.
I would guess, yeah, they would give them a run,
Give them a run. Well, let us move on to our
give them a
takes of the week.
band on the run.
And we've got another best, and from producer Todd in the chat on YouTube Live, you should be joining us there. You can buy Kiss caskets for real. So
Wow.
if you want to be buried in a Kiss casket, which is
But
a mouthful,
do they sell infant Kiss
oh,
caskets?
jeez,
What a
Jeez,
sad,
this took a
sad
dark
thing.
turn.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let us go over to apple.com/newsroom, which I'm learning to check more often.
Oh yeah?
But they have a few articles they put out this week, and the top one at the moment is the App Store Award winners, Best Apps
Mm.
and Games of 2023. And the App of the Year for both iOS and for Android is the app All Trails, which I feel like we've mentioned that at some point in the past, but
Yeah, I
it is
like all
just an
trails.
amazing hiking app and helping you find trails and navigate trails and ratings of trails and all that stuff.
I don't
The
like that they went to
iPad app of the
subscription
year,
model, but
the iPad app of the year is I am not going to be able to
where are you
pronounce
finding
it
this, by the way?
if you click on the big App Store logo at the top there.
Oh, up here. Okay, gotcha.
Yes. Is Pret et Makeup from Pret et Template. I'm
Perfect.
guessing that's a French company. How would you pronounce?
Pre a makeup.
Okay, we'll take it. Mac app of the year is Photomator from the Pixelmator team. Photomator is a great photo editing app available both on your devices, but it was the Mac app of the year. Apple TV app of the year is Mubi from Movie.inc. I have no
That sounds
idea.
like somebody who can't speak English very well trying to say
Yeah,
movie.
looks like a some sort of foreign movie service. And then
Movie.
Apple Watch was Smart Gym, which
Hmm.
I do not use. Game Honkai, not Honky, Honkai Star Rail from Cognosphere, which looks like some sort of anime battle game. iPad App of the Game of the Year, Lost in Play. Mac Game of the Year, Lies of P. Apple Arcade Game of the Year, Hello Kitty Island Adventures, which I have played that one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, Liza P has to deal with Pinocchio, if you can believe that.
Oh, I cannot from that picture. And then they have some cultural impact winners and on, all these awards. But then if you go back to the newsroom, they had a couple other. They have the
Well, I
top
just found out
books
that
of
there are screenshots to all
2023.
these things, but
Oh,
I will go back
nice.
to the newsroom.
And the most popular podcast of 2023. Now,
Oh,
Dave, I'm going to say if we go to the podcast one, I'm a little disappointed. We did not make the list, but it says the most popular podcast of 2023. This was published on November 28th. If they would have let it ride through December, I think
oh,
we probably would have been.
we definitely would have been. I'm a little
Yeah.
disappointed that they didn't do that.
Yeah, top shows. It's got top news shows, which is or we would probably been top comedy shows. I feel
Well,
most
I don't
followed
know.
shows,
Technology.
most shared shows. Now, a few of these I've heard of. I don't know if
What's
there's any of these
Scamanda?
that
I
I
don't know this.
actually listen to. Hidden Brain and Stuff You Should Know. I will
Yeah.
listen to here and there. Smart
Ooh,
Lists.
the witch
Used to listen
trials. I have to
to.
check that out.
Oh, I've heard about that one. Top free channels, iHeart Podcasts, Audio Chuck, The New York Times, ABC News. Top subscriber channels, Wondery, Dateline. So you can, if you're looking for some new podcasts, I am not looking for new podcasts. You can check that one out. And then there was one, they had their Artist of the Year for 2023 that they announced on November 8th. And it was T Swift, of
There she
course.
is.
And I
She's made
saw that
Apple $1 billion.
yes, that she for this year was the most listened to on Spotify. Spotify has their year-end wrap up or whatever they call it, where you
Mm-hmm.
can go see your stuff. But she passed Bad Bunny, who had been the leader the last couple years, as the most listened. But with her tour and the movie and just her being Taylor Swift and all of
Oh
her
yeah.
Swiftiness and Travis Kelsey and the Kansas City Chiefs. She is
I
everywhere. So,
forgot. I forgot to sneak into that movie and watch that.
yes.
Shoot.
Well,
We
maybe
got to
you
get a
can
good
watch
look
it at
here at old T
home.
Swift.
There
Like
we
a fine
go.
wine, she is aged beautifully.
Yes.
And her
Yes.
recent recordings have made her old music into better products as well, I would argue.
Yes. And you'll
Anyway,
notice I just skipped over the top books of 2023.
you don't read
I
books?
don't. I don't know. And Apple Books, is that really the top?
No, everybody gets stuff on Kindle. Nobody.
Yeah, the top nonfiction book was Spare by Prince Harry. Number
Oh, of
two, The
course.
Woman in Me by Britney Spears. Not on the list, maybe because of when they did that. Number five is Elon Musk, but Madonna's book, Todd,
Yeah.
did not make the list, but it might have been too late of an entry. But
I'm kind of mad at
um,
Prince Harry for taking that title, Spare. I was gonna use that title for my new exercise book that talked about the area around my waist.
yes, yes, how to get your spare on
Mm-hmm.
with David Baylor.
How
Very
to grow
nice.
your
Well,
spare.
we've got a couple more weeks of the year left, so I'm sure we'll have some more of those 2023 things. Last week we had the best inventions, but this next one, I was not aware of this item, but apparently for the last several years, each year Microsoft releases an ugly Christmas sweater. So
Really?
this year it is the iconic Windows XP default wallpaper. And I'd heard a couple of people talking about this, but then I saw the
It's like having a child.
article.
I just met you, but I love you. It's the same thing with these. I just learned about this and I
Yeah,
want one.
yes, yes. And past ugly sweaters have included a Minesweeper motif, MS Paint, the Windows logo, and the immortal Clippy. But the problem is, I went
Look at
and clicked
that.
on this immediately as soon as I looked at the article. The sweater costs $70,
Woo!
69.99 if you want to be exact, and there's only one size left, small. So these
Oh
are very
boy.
limited quantity. I'm guessing these become quite the collector's item if they are that limited that there's no more available. But I did hear Rich DeMuro, Rich on Tech, they sent him one, so they send some out to the press. But
I want to
man, I
know,
would love to have a Windows XP.
is it just screen printed on there or is it actual knitted like dyed fabric, I wonder?
I don't know. And it on the tag it says an ode to bliss. Oh bliss, how many eyes have gazed upon your verdant hills and marveled at your azure sky and cotton clouds so still.
Oh, wow, that's so
But man,
poetic.
I would like to have one of those. It doesn't look like it's screen printed. It looks like it is knitted that way. From what I
Yeah.
can see. But maybe I'll have to keep my eye on the Temu app. Maybe they'll
Mm,
be recreating some of these
yeah, knockoff.
um,
Do they have pictures of
knockoff
the old
ones.
ones? They don't.
Let's see. I was going to say the Immortal Clippy one. They have an ugly. Oh, the Clippy one. If you click on that back in the main article, it does have, and it's got Clippy. And it says "Happy Holidays" with an OK button right there in the middle pair. Yeah, there you go.
Oh
But
boy.
yeah, I did not know that Microsoft put these out. I love it. I am mad that I
I think
did
that's
not get
great.
one. Oh
Apple's
snap!
would just be a Apple logo, probably
Yeah,
in space gray.
where bliss began.
Hmm,
Oh, so they've got a little history of it on there. I want to see the old ones. But yeah, so
that's
next
cool.
year I need to put a reminder on the calendar to be looking early on the Windows Ugly
Hmm.
Sweater
Maybe if I
take.
snag one, that's your Christmas present
Ooh,
for the
yes,
decade.
please. For the day. Yeah, exactly. Uh,
$70. Holy cow.
well, we do have a couple of security and privacy takes this week. The first one comes from my wife. No, she
Oh.
is not scamming people, but the other day she got some text messages from USPS
Mm.
saying they had a package, but she owed postage. So she clicked the link, and producer Todd quickly says in the comments, Apple only sells black turtlenecks,
Yes,
no
true.
ugly Christmas sweaters, the Steve Jobs black turtleneck. But she got this text message and it had a link and it said, you need to pay this postage so we can deliver, which she has a blessed friend that loves to send her gifts but is incapable of correctly calculating postage.
Hmm.
So several times she has gotten the little card where you have to go down and give them like 43 more cents to
I've
be
had to
able
do that.
to get the package. So she kind of was like, "Oh yeah, here we go again," and she clicked on the link and it wanted the payment information,
Mm.
but She then got skeptical and realized and went back and looked at the text message, and it came from an email address, so that was kind of a trigger. But it almost got her. So it's a great reminder that, for one, I do not believe in any time or place the U.S. Postal Service will be text messaging you. But I
Never.
do know
Because they'd
on
have
the
to
Rich
pay for
on
that.
yeah, yes. The Rich on Tech podcast, he was talking to somebody this weekend just talking about some of the scams, and there are a lot of the Amazon scams where it's similar. It's like, hey, you ordered this thing. If you want to cancel, you need to verify your credit card information. Yes.
I've got one. Um, Val received. We were actually looking at Amazon Prime last night. Like, actually, I think it just renewed or something like that. She's like, "Oh, I got an email from Amazon that I need to renew my Prime." And I said, "Well, I have a Prime account. I don't think you have one. If you have one, it's through me. So why did you get the email?" So she showed it to me.
Yeah.
And yes, it was from some XYP11997, like at
Yes.
stupidemail.com. And then also, it's like reminder colon was like in a weird font. Like,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I can
Yeah.
just tell by the design of these emails
Yes.
that they're not
Yes.
legit.
Some
But
of
she,
them have gotten better, but
yeah,
yeah, there's usually some giveaway, which is just like, you idiots, come on.
yeah, do it. Just
Scam
copy the
people
real one.
better.
Anyway, so they're out
Yeah.
there. This is the time of the year that you should be skeptical because
Yes, yes. And with
also,
so many packages coming and going and
yeah,
orders coming and going, you've got to be vigilant and don't give your payment information to any, like, it should be entered in Amazon already. So
yeah.
that should be your first clue.
And
Or
guess
if
what?
it's the post office, they're going to send you something in the snail mail.
And just wait on it. There's no rush. There's no
Yes.
emergency.
Think about it for a
Think
minute.
about it. If it's a legit thing, you'll get another notification, or maybe they'll send you something in the mail or whatever. It's
Yeah.
like, don't immediately do this. But
Yeah.
so you need to lock your cars. You need to take your packages off your porch, hide your children, hide your wives,
Hide your wife,
because it's
hide your
that time.
children. One of the best videos ever
Yeah,
in the history of
it's that
the
time of year.
internet. It is. Well, this next one's one that you found, and I'm not surprised at all that you shared it because it talks about your favorite service and the headline from The Markup, which is a newer tech site that's doing some good work. It says Facebook watches teens online as they prep for college. And this one was an extremely long
That's
article, but I
that's
was
the
reading
one.
through a lot of it.
That's the one
Yeah.
I was thinking of when I said that earlier.
Yeah, so what they're looking at here is we've talked before, there's a piece of code called a metapixel that people will put into their websites for tracking. Like I was shopping for a trucker hat, you'll be
Mm,
shocked to hear,
I'm so
and I
surprised.
had visited the website and looked at the specific hat I was looking at. And then when I went to Instagram later, there was an ad for that specific hat that said, uh, did you forget to buy this? So some of that targeted tracking where they can get back to you or just be able to target people better. But this article is talking about how it's tracking students, most likely under 18,
Hmm.
kind of through the years, but specifically from college. What was there anything that jumped out at you, Dave, in
Yeah,
this?
they go through a scenario. I think it's right there at the beginning. I'll I'll read the very first part here,
Yes.
and it'll give you an idea. This is just a scenario that they said could happen. Picture a high school student who wants to go to college, likes to cheer on her school's football team, and plays in a sport or two herself. Uh, Immediately, it's very stereotypical. Um, One day after school, she signs up for an official ACT account, an ACT account, so she can schedule her college entrance exam, or ACT, I guess they do call it, don't they? And see what score she gets after taking it. Then she researches a few colleges through the Common App's website. And like more than 3 million students every year, she uses the site to start an application for her dream college. She spends a few minutes starting a presentation for class using the website Prezi. On a homework break, she registers for her high school's after school program through a service called Arbiter Sports. And then she hops on her phone, remember to order her yearbook through the company Jostens. Long day over, she takes out her laptop, flips on her school's big football game through the NFHS network, a subscription service for high school sports. So anyway, the point of this scenario was that that whole time, metapixels were on all those websites, and they were tracking her and building a profile on her without her consent and with her likely being underage. So that's
Yes.
not a good thing.
No, no, and yeah, and like we mentioned, it goes on and on talking about different things and
Yeah, here's the
tracking kids under 13, and they kind of have at the markup a program where they're really tracking. It's a tracking pixel. That's why, but it's they have a program tracking all of these pixels, just kind of see where they are, where they shouldn't be, and there was even um, somebody that they had reached out to for comment on this story that they were doing, and then they went back and did another scan, and there was no more metapixel embedded in the website.
hmm
But yeah, it is very
Oftentimes they
helpful
don't
for
even know what's happening.
marketers.
It's
Yeah.
all
Oh
done
yeah.
under the table. Maybe
Yeah.
your website provider's doing it and getting some little side cash off of Facebook for providing this thing. It is so nefarious and so sickening that they cannot function without tracking every single person's travel around the internet. It just is
Yeah.
infuriating. That's
Yeah.
one of the reasons I have like 50 tracker apps on everything I do, or tracker blockers,
Tracker blockers.
because I mean, I know they still have a billion things on me, but
Yeah.
it's just like, come on.
Yeah. Well, and I, as someone who does marketing and has pixels installed on websites I've built for people, I think there is an appropriate place, and you can choose which information's passed. Now, websites are not supposed to pass any personal information. They're supposed to kind of select and do it in a safe way. So that's where these
Well,
companies really need to be called out. But if it's an app for somebody under 18, I think it should just be.
here's the difference. If the website is using the tracking information for their own marketing purposes, you are in essence making a contract with the website when you go there that they can look where you're coming from. That's just public information. How long you stayed on the site, what buttons you clicked, did you log in? I can associate with an account. But taking people's traffic and then selling it to a third party, that's beyond the pale. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
the people never
Oh yeah, yeah.
consented
If they're
to do that.
doing that, I
Yeah.
have not sold anybody's information on websites I've built, but
No.
I do use the metapixel to be able to advertise or target people, say people that have visited the website, show them this ad, that kind of thing, but it's not passing any of that stuff or any data on anybody what they maybe a page they visited, but it is something that needs to be addressed, and we just don't really have laws. There's laws for kids under 13 of what you can do, but for
I'm
everybody else, it's a free for all. And as soon as you hit that accept all cookies button on any website you visit, they are probably collecting a lot of cookies because you're just trying to get to the website and get that big annoying window out of the way. But
and
I know
producer
the
Todd,
EU has done some stuff on it.
yeah, producer Todd says, what's nuts to me is that Facebook has stalked and tracked me for 15 years and they've never served up a single ad or piece of suggested content that is anything near being something I'm interested in. Well, you're clearly not clicking on enough Madonna merchandise
Yeah,
or doing
yeah.
Google searches,
I will tell you, Instagram has figured out that I like trucker hats, and I see a lot of trucker hats
which is
there, and
Facebook.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yes, the same Meta, all under the Meta umbrella.
hmm
But anyways, let us cleanse our
Can
palates
we
of all
please
those
cleanse?
privacy woes and scams. And going back to T Swizzle, our bonus odd take this week is uh, Taylor Swift's website in 2002.
Oh,
This
wow.
comes from the webdesignmuseum.org, and they have a bunch of websites archived there. And you
Oh,
pull up the link in the show notes, and there is her website from 2002. She was nary a child.
I had no
Uh,
idea what she looked like when she was younger.
Yes,
That's crazy.
yes. Somewhat similar, and it has welcome to TaylorSwift.com in green text. Hear Taylor's new songs. Click on the links below. The first one that is all highlighted in yellow, Am I Ready for Love with Selena Berman Gray. And there are two links for each of her songs. The other song is Can I Go With You? And it has options for dial up or broadband to
And
take you
broadband
back
was
a few
probably
years.
1 megabit per second.
Yes, and then a picture of her, uh, really quite poised for her age in black and white, and then it says, "Question suggestions? Please email webmaster@taylorswift.com."
That's
But
phenomenal.
then you can click and you can go through the years and see how her site has changed.
Oh, yes.
They have 2003. It gets a little better there with
Oh,
a
okay. I'm
uh,
starting to recognize her now.
yes, and
She
then
started
2000.
young, man. That's
So they just
crazy.
have 2002 through 2004, but a great time capsule into the early 2000s
Hmm,
in the web.
that's
Uh,
crazy.
but yeah, T Swift, she's everywhere. I told you, you
She
can't get rid
is.
of her. You know what else is everywhere? Our picks of the week.
And hopefully that digital effect worked for those of you at home.
Yes.
Yes, my pick of the week this week. And I think I left it somewhere and I didn't want to look. I'm a busy guy. Oh, my word. Something's
Oh,
happening.
is that your alert that
That's the
you have
alert,
not
check-in
arrived?
alert.
Dave
Yeah,
is not at the Burnside Bridge.
exactly 7:20. My Burnside Bridge alert happened. I'm sorry,
Yes.
Nate. I got delayed. I didn't get a chance to go because I'm doing this podcast.
Check-in ended.
I'll have
Yes.
to get my
Well, it does work. We know
medication
that.
some other
Yes.
time.
Yes, indeed.
I was about to say I left my pick of the week somewhere. It might be here, it might be in a bag, it might be in the car, it might be at work, it might be somewhere. But I pulled the trigger because I had a friend that was in this production. I don't want to say it's a play, right? It was a production who had what she referred to, and she's about 10 years older than me, as a Bluetooth. I have my Bluetooth. Do you want me to go get my Bluetooth? And I was like,
Yes. Ah, I
can you
love it.
be more specific? My Bluetooth.
Yes.
You know those the you hook it to your phone and it
Dentures?
plays music? A speaker?
Oh,
I was like, oh, a speaker. That's that's the word. And then so I kept referring to it as her Bluetooth. I just thought it was
nice.
very funny, old person moment.
Precious.
Yeah, very precious. It's not inaccurate, but not
Yeah.
specific. So anyway, I did some I did some hard thinking, Nate. I
Yeah.
really did, and I found from our favorite company, one of our favorite companies on the internet, I found from Anker the Soundcore 2 portable Bluetooth speaker, 12-watt stereo sound, Bluetooth 5, Bassup, IPX7 weatherproof, 24-hour Playtime wireless stereo pairing speaker for home outdoors travel.
Travel.
So why did I get this one? Well, one, it was on sale for 10 bones off. So I got it for $29.99, so $30
Nice.
versus $40. But they have a version 3. Oh, and there's a coupon, which I guess is very similar to my price. But they have a version 3
Yeah.
that starts at $40. And I was like, I'm not paying.
Oh.
I want this one for
Yeah.
$10
What's
less.
changed?
Yeah. What's that?
What's changed between version 2
Well,
and version 3? Did you look?
I did look. So this one, the version 2 is a 12-watt stereo sound. The new
Mm.
version 3 is a 16-watt stereo sound.
Oh, okay.
The version 2, much to my chagrin, has a USB mini charging plug,
Oh,
which I almost sent it back when I discovered that. I was like, why didn't I
yeah.
look at that? The 3 has USB Type C charging.
Ooh,
However, the battery lasts a really long time. And actually, the
yeah.
two's battery lasts longer. So the
Hmm.
kickers for me were version 2 has an auxiliary input jack. So I could hook up an old iPod, I could hook up my
Oh,
computer
yeah.
directly, I
That's
could hook up
nice.
whatever. Version 3, they removed that feature. It's Bluetooth only. However, the third version, you can use the app on your Android or iOS device to connect to the device to do like EQ or some
Oh,
different effects
hmm.
and different things like that. And so I was kind of waffling back and forth. So let's just look up version 3 real quick. Let's see. It's a Soundcore 3. Let's see what the price is. See, it's $50.
Oh, wow.
And so it's considerably higher. I think it was on sale
Yeah.
as well when I got that one. But I'm like 30 to 50, $20. Is it worth $20?
Yeah. Is it going to make a difference in your use of it?
And my primary use is this. I'm going to I actually you can see it right here on the see this blue car over here?
Oh, yes.
That's my little uh 2004 Hyundai Accent and it's got some problems. But among the problems are the speakers just are all blown. Like one of them kind of works, so I can wear my AirPods, but I don't always like to wear my AirPods in the car. And when I get in, I just want to go. I don't want to mess around with, oh, where did I put them? And so I'm leaving it in my car on my dash, and I'm gonna
Mm,
turn it on. It'll pair, go down my road, and it's 1,000 times louder and sounds way better than any of the speakers in that car, probably
nice.
since it was new. And so
Yeah.
that's my primary use, but I can also take it to the beach, which don't play music at the beach. That's a bad
Yeah.
example. Um, so anyway, I can take it with me places. But it sounds like you have something you want to say.
No, that's very cool. Now I was given a Bose, their little portable one, but that one's like $100. But
Yeah, there are many that were
this,
100 bucks.
yeah, this Anker
Yeah,
Soundcore 2,
30
I think that
bucks,
is yeah, 30
and it
bucks.
sounds great.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Get that audio going in the car. Well, my pick of the week this week is kind of related, maybe. It has to do with audio.
Oh,
And this could be a great little stocking stuffer, especially if somebody in your life has a new iPhone 15 with the USB-C. And what this is the Apple's very own, got way too much glare, USB-C to headphone jack. So we all remember the little lightning to headphone jack adapters that we all got when the headphone jack went away on the iPhone. But now my new iPhone and my iPad both have USB C and do not have headphone jacks. So these run $9 from Apple. I think it was like 8.25. I think you save 75 cents. There you go, Dave. And I did have one of these before, but I use it for my uh, DJ headphones when I'm DJing. There's
hmm.
my DJ headphones, and on the end, I just
Hey,
keep it there
are those
because
the
it
same
plugs in my
headphones I have?
laptop.
Oh, no,
Probably
no, no, no,
not.
they're
One
different.
Audios,
No, they're different.
but these are my DJ headphones. So that always goes in my
Oh,
laptop. But I was DJing this week. Hey, close? Oh, they are.
they
Well,
are the
yours
same.
are.
I don't have the
Does yours?
red.
Yeah, mine has the red underneath. Wow,
Well,
look at that.
we're
We
just
have the same technology and we didn't even know. But I
we're like
needed
the
a
same
couple more of
person.
these. So I bought two more of them just because when there's a cable I find that I need, I buy a couple of them so that when I'm in the middle of DJing and something isn't working right or I don't have one of the cables, I have a spare. But buy them on Amazon, you'll save a little bit of money. It's the official Apple one. Of course, there is 10 billion knockoffs of these, but I figure, hey, I'm going to be using it with an Apple product. I trust Apple's cables, and who knows what you're going to get when you buy something else.
I do have one
Um,
question. I,
yes,
I know you are a professional and do these gigs, but you
yes.
mentioned buying multiple for a spare. Couldn't you just order another one quickly? Or you're
Well,
thinking
if I'm
like,
at an event,
well, I
or
suppose.
it's a lot easier just to buy two now and keep them in my backpack because inevitably a couple years ago when I was in an airport, I told the story and a guy lost his lightning to headphone adapter as he was going through security and he was freaking out and he wasn't going to get back and I go, "Hey, you know what, bud? I got an extra one in my backpack so that I can be always be prepared."
Hmm.
I was never a boy scout. I wanted to be. Thanks a
Well,
lot, parents, but
ABS,
uh
always be sharing.
Always be sharing, and I like to share. And if I can come through for somebody with a cable that I have in my backpack, which has happened more times than most people can imagine, I want to be that person. So
Hey,
that's
why didn't
why.
my heart work? Isn't it supposed to work on here?
Well, remember we hadn't the issue like it worked. See, it works
Hmm.
on mine, but then it maybe doesn't show on the live stream. There's some weird mojo on there. See, it doesn't. Oh yeah, it did show in the live
Hmm.
stream, but it shows differently on the live stream, my screen, and the screen that we're both looking at. So
Well, I don't have
Apple's working on
emojis,
it.
but I can tell you this. I can say happy holidays, everybody.
Oh, there you go. Who needs the reactions? You've got happy holidays. But with that pick of the week, great little stocking stuffer. Yours would be a great little gift for somebody that needs a Bluetooth.
Hmm.
But we also have our Ramazon purchase of the week.
Hold on. Where did I put that
R-
thing?
r- r- r-
What was it called again? Ah,
Ramazon.
I can't find the
You
button.
lost the sounder?
I lost the sounder. Oh well,
Oh well.
we'll do it next time.
But this is a
Here,
great reminder.
there we go.
Of, perfect. To head over to notpicks.com if you're doing some holiday shopping and want to find something maybe a little bit off the beaten path or on the beaten path. We've got both there, but you can help support us through our Amazon links. And I found a anonymous purchase through our affiliate link this week, and this is the two-pack battery-operated motion sensor LED ceiling light, 7.2-inch flush mount light fixture, 6000K wireless motion activated ceiling lamp in 300 LM for closet pantry laundry stair. You know, Dave, for your closet pantry laundry stair you got,
Yes,
battery not included. So somebody picked up this two-pack of, they just look like ceiling lights.
I do.
Um,
I do have this sound effect I just added today, though.
Oh,
There you
I
go.
love me a good air horn.
Yeah. So there we
But
go. Two
these look like
pack.
a great product. It's kind of like our Wise hall lights, motion
Yeah.
lights, but these are ceiling lights. And you're always going into these closets where there's just no light or there's like
No
one
plug
really
or.
bad light. But so for 25 bucks, you can get two of these things.
And are they
Um,
rechargeable or do you have to put batteries?
I
Battery
think
not
it
included.
is,
Oh,
yeah, battery
boo.
not included. So that is. Let's see.
That's a no
Does
deal
it
for me
tell
there,
us?
Chuck.
But if it was you that purchased these, let us know how they're working out. Let us know how
I bet the
battery
batteries last a
lasts.
long time in those
Yes,
because they
battery
turn back
powered. I
off when
am
you leave.
scrolling and scrolling to. Oh, it takes. Ooh,
Doubles.
six number five batteries, which I
What's a
believe
number
are
five?
double. I believe that's a double A. I've never heard of it
A number five.
referred to as
Number
a number
five.
five battery.
Hmm.
Number five battery.
So
Let
the
me
deal with these
Google
is you
that.
cram them through with a bunch of batteries, and they turn on and off as they receive motion, and it probably lasts a year on those or
Yes.
longer.
Yeah, with five batteries on it, that's got
Yeah,
to be a
that's an
good.
odd number. Is it five or six?
Yes, it is. Oh, six. You are correct. So
Yeah,
that's got
the
to put out
number
some
is
good
five.
light. If it takes six AA batteries, that's probably because what are we at there with three, six,
Carry the
nine
one,
volts watts with the
1.5 volts each. Here's how you do this. You go 1.5 and you go times 6. That's a 9 volt.
yes.
So why didn't they just put
Why
a
we
9 volt
went
in there?
I don't know.
I don't
I
know
don't
either.
know. But whoever bought these, if you're listening to this, let us know because we'd like to know more about them. But I just thought it was an interesting product. I've hadn't thought about using them as an actual ceiling light somewhere where you need some ceiling lights. Even some people's, like my parents' front living room, there is no lights in the ceiling. They've got a
Yeah,
couple lamps and
we don't have
sconces in
ours.
there.
We just have lamps in our living room. It's
Yeah.
so dumb.
Yeah, so nice little option for many places, and it looks like there are many different options, but this one has 4.5 stars on 322 reviews. There's even looks like some more flush mount ones, all kinds of options. Hey, Dave, there's all kinds of options on Amazon. Did
What?
you know that?
Let's see what's on Temu though.
Yes, yes, yes. Why did you not buy on Temu? We'll have to start having people send in. I don't think they have an affiliate program, but start sending in your
Oh,
Temu purchases because
oh
I would
boy.
love to see what people are buying on
That's going to
Temu.
be a load of garbage.
I will do a show and tell next week of what's coming tomorrow because it is, as I said, a smattering of random products. I might have to wait till after Christmas on some of them, but I'll be able to show you some of the goodies that I
Mm,
impulse bought through Temu. But with that, I think it is about time to wrap up the episode. We have
it
gone
is.
over an hour. I thought this was going to be a shorter one, but it's the tagline, it's never a shorter one because we want to help you get out there and tech better.
We're out.
We are out.
Um,
Out with
that was a good show.
clouds.
No technical
Yeah,
problems, and
I know. We didn't even get a warning that time.
I
We
know
got
that's
up to
something.
4 or 3 viewers for a while.
Up to
So
three
you and
viewers?
Todd, and then somebody else popped in for a little bit.
Wait a
But
minute. Why is it?
hour and 6 minutes. Where did we go long on that one? I don't feel like there's anything we talked about for even like the Apple's best of. We went through that pretty quick.
We had a lot of pontificating on